And I'm Emma Reckenberg. Thanks for joining us on this busy day. Former President Donald Trump says he's willing to debate at those two proposed times in June and September, would strongly recommend even more than two debates. This, according to CNN, Trump has officially accepted. A lot of things moving very quickly this morning when it comes to scheduling the debates. CNN with the first one. Our chief White House correspondent, James Rosen, has been tracking all these developments this morning. He joins us live from the North Lawn. James, good morning.
Emma and Sean, good morning once again. Indeed, a very fast-moving story with the debates between the president and former president now starting to take shape. As we just mentioned, CNN has tweeted out that both campaigns, the Biden-Harris campaign and the Trump campaign, have agreed to a CNN debate on June 27, historically much earlier than we've ever seen presidential debates unfold. As well, the current president, Joe Biden, who portrays himself as an upholder of Washington institutions, norms, and traditions, has effectively turned his back on the Commission on Presidential Debates, which has hosted and staged all of the memorable debates we've seen between presidential nominees dating back to 1976. They pressed a number of other conditions about this debate. It's not clear that the Trump campaign has agreed to them all, but all of this kicked off with this video. Only 13 seconds long, but highly selectively edited, featuring the current president, posted to his personal X account.
Donald Trump lost two debates to me in 2020. And since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays.
That reference to Wednesdays being the day of the week that the trial judge up in New York for former President Trump's ongoing criminal trial there has generally adjourned the proceedings so the participants can attend to other matters. The two men, of course, did debate twice in 2020. Again, that was under the rubric of the Commission on Presidential Debates. That will not be the case in this year's meetings between the two nominees. And, of course, we don't know exactly whether the Trump campaign will agree to the conditions laid down by the Biden-Harris campaign, namely no Robert F. Kennedy or any other third party or independent candidates can be allowed. The Biden-Harris campaign wants the microphones to be turned off automatically whenever a speaker's time has elapsed. And they also want no live studio audience, just the moderator and the two nominees. We'll see if that comes to pass. Here's the response to that video that was posted earlier this morning by former President Trump on his Truth Social feed. We will read it in its entirety. Quote, "Crooked Joe Biden is the worst debater I've ever faced. He can't put two sentences together. Crooked is also the worst president in the history of the United States by far. It's time for a debate so that he can explain to the American people his highly destructive open border policy, new and ridiculous EV mandates, the allowance of crushing inflation, high taxes, and his really weak foreign policy, which is allowing the world to, quote, catch on fire." The former president continued, "I am ready and willing to debate Crooked Joe at the two proposed times in June and September. I would strongly recommend more than two debates, and for excitement purposes," the former president said, "a very large venue. Although Biden is supposedly afraid of crowds, that's only because he doesn't get them. Just tell me when, I'll be there," the former president, concluding with the line from the famous ring announcer, Michael Buffer, "Let's get ready to rumble." Now, why would the Biden administration be placing such urgency on the staging of debates as this week in mid-May begins? It may have to do with the latest New York Times Siena College polling of key battleground states, which appeared just 2 days ago and which found that the former president is leading the incumbent in 5 of 6 battleground states, with significant leads opened up in 4 of those 5 battleground states. So that may have lent greater air of urgency to the current president's decision to debate his predecessor and perhaps his successor. Sean and Emma.
All right, Chief White House Correspondent James Rosen joining us from the North Lawn. James, thank you. We do have an update now from CNN.
We do. They just released a press release surrounding the debate. So some clarity here. The debate's going to be held at the CNN Atlanta studios. They write, "To ensure candidates may maximize the time allotted in the debate, no audience will be present. Moderators for the debate and additional details will be announced at a later date." So that sort of sides with what President Biden had requested, no studio audience.
Right. Those were the terms that were put out. Again, New York Times was one of the first to get their hands on, again, this note from the campaign, from the Biden campaign, and they had a list of demands. They said, okay, we'll debate Trump, but we're not going to go with the Commission on Presidential Debates. They wanted 3 debates, and they're later. They said, no, we don't want to do that. It has to be in June